Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about one of the funniest movies that I saw at last year's Sundance Film Festival, Serious People. I had a blast with this movie. When I sat down, I did not know what to expect at all. The only reason I even bought a ticket to this movie is because of the poster. Specifically because the guys on the poster look like my best friend Isaac. The curly mullet, the mustache, and the plastic silver shades. He has all of these, so I was intrigued. I ended up laughing way more than I expected, and I felt like I just watched my friend in an alternate universe where he was cast as the lead and he got to play a clown. So my review is certainly going to be biased. First off, I want to talk about the energy in the movie. You can tell that this was made with hustle. A lot of Sundance movies are. It's got that amateur, low budget, bootstrapped feel, but in a way that works because the movie leans into being playful. It doesn't feel like it's trying to be slick. It feels like people got together and said, we have an idea, we have a camera, we have friends, let's cook. And the crazy part is, it works. Not in a this is the greatest movie ever made kind of way, but in a way where you can feel the movie's heartbeat. It feels alive and it feels personal. And to me, it was refreshing seeing Latino filmmakers and actors getting to shine without it feeling like the movie is trying to prove something to you every second. It's not like, look at us, we're important. It's more like, we're here, we're funny, we're living life, and we're gonna make you laugh. That's the kind of representation that hits for me, the kind where it's not a lecture, but where it's just people being people. I've rambled on a bit, so let me give you some context on the story. The movie takes place in LA, and we're following Pascual Gutierrez, who's basically living that creative grind life. He's in the music video world, producing, directing, creating stuff, and trying to build something real. He's a lot like my friends Enrique Torres and Amadeo Hughes, some LA hustlers looking to make a name. Pascual and his buddy get this huge opportunity. They're connected to this big project with Drake and OVO. This is the kind of thing that levels you up in the industry. But here's the catch. His girlfriend, Christine Yuan, is pregnant, and Pascual's at that crossroads where it's like, okay, what do you choose? Do you chase the career move? Do you stay present and grounded for the person you love and the family you're building? Do you try to do both and slowly burn out? And I really like that this movie doesn't treat that question like it's simple, because it's not. The way Pascual solves the problem is where the real comedy kicks in. Instead of taking the job or fully stepping away from it and letting his partner down, he comes up with the most ridiculous solution. He hires a guy, Miguel Huerta, to be his doppelganger. Miguel is supposed to pretend to be him to fill in, be Pascual in the rooms that he can't be in. And if you're thinking, oh, that sounds like it could go smoothly, then you're right on track, because Miguel is, for lack of a better word, a cornball. He's a goofy dude. He's not some polished industry professional. He doesn't know how to actually carry himself like a producer or director in these spaces. He's the guy where you're like, bro, why are you saying that out loud? And that's where a ton of the humor comes from. It's this constant tension between this is a serious industry opportunity and this man is absolutely not built for this. Again, I recognize that I am a little biased when it comes to this movie. I think my best friend Isaac is funny. He's a clown in real life. So watching both Pascual and Miguel on screen, this movie feels like it was custom built for me to laugh at. Again, top that off with the fact that I have good Latino friends working in LA, doing this exact work. Everything in this movie felt personal to me and it all clicked. Pascual plays himself and he's great. He naturally feels like a real person navigating a weird moment in life. Miguel plays himself and he's funny without feeling forced. The movie revolves around these characters and a few others, and everyone felt real. It didn't feel like anybody had to act. It just felt like all the homies coming together and making a movie, letting their true personalities show. In terms of comedy, this movie isn't just joke, joke, joke. It's not a stand-up special where it's trying to land punchlines every 10 seconds. A lot of the laughs come from the awkward situations, the secondhand embarrassment, characters trying to keep up appearances, and ultimately, the escalation of one bad decision into a bigger bad decision. The doppelganger concept is a good comedic engine because people expect Pascual to act in a certain way, and Miguel does not act in that way at all. Everyone around him is trying to figure out why Pascual is suddenly such a complete weirdo. Given the humor, what surprised me is that the movie actually earns its title a little bit, because underneath the silliness, there's a real emotional thread here. Pascual is about to be a father, his girlfriend is pregnant, his life is changing, and he's not actually stressed about the career thing in the way you'd expect. He's more focused on his relationship and the baby. And I respect that because a lot of movies would flip that on its head and make him super obsessed with his career. Here, he wants the opportunity, but he doesn't want it at the cost of his real real life. It's a nice coming-of-age tone that helps balance the movie. Now let's be clear, this is not a movie you watch for insane cinematography and technical flexing. This is Pascual's first feature film, and you can tell. There are moments where you feel that first feature roughness, like maybe some scenes breathe a little longer than they need to, or you can feel the low budget limitations in certain setups. I'm not saying this as a diss, because honestly, I like that bootstrapped vibe. It adds to the charm, and it feels like you're watching something handmade. And the craziest thing about this movie is that Pascual actually made this movie in 5 months while his girlfriend was pregnant in real life. That is nuts. That type of timeline explains why the movie feels so raw and immediate, but it also makes it impressive that it works as well as it does. Also, this little detail kills me. Pascual made this movie because he had a dream about it. He literally dreamed this scenario, thought it was funny, and then said, yeah, I'm making that. I love that, and I think it's great. One of my favorite things about this movie is that it's not trying to be bigger than it needs to be. It's 86 minutes long, perfect, the perfect runtime. Because comedies like this, if you stretch them too long, the jokes get tired. The premise wears out. You start feeling the padding. This movie doesn't do that. It gets in, it delivers the fun, it has a little heart, it keeps moving, and it gets out. If this were even 10 minutes longer, you would start to feel it drag. But at this length, it stays light on its feet. The final thing I want to mention is Drake, because it cracked me up. There is a Drake in this movie, but obviously it's not the Drake. It's a doppelganger. The actor they got looks so much like him that it becomes part of the joke. I think it's low budget genius, and I love that the movie fully leaned into that doppelganger idea. Serious People is exactly the kind of Sundance movie that reminds me why I love the festival in the first place. It feels handmade, personal, and unapologetically fun. Even with the first feature roughness and the low budget limitations showing here and there, the movie's charm comes from that same bootstrapped energy, the realness of the performances, and how confidently it commits to a simple, hilarious premise without overstaying its welcome. And for me, the fact that Pascual and Miguel reminded me so much of my best friend Isaac made the whole movie hit even harder, like I was watching my own life through a weird LA Funhouse mirror. So yeah, I had a really good time with this one. You might not like it as much as I did, but if you like indie comedies, creative hustle stories, and movies that are more about vibe, personality, and heart than polish, I think you'll laugh a lot and walk away with a smile. This is a great movie to watch with friends. Thank you for listening to my review of Serious People. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the video, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast, Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.